Oh, get in there, my son. Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Get in there. The deal has been agreed between Manchester United and Lokomotiv Moscow to allow Mr. Ralf Rangnick to become new Manchester United manager on that initial 6-month interim basis. Let's be having you. How's it going, everybody? How are you doing today? Hey, thank you, everyone who's in there. Let me just give a few shout-outs to a few peeps at the start, then we'll get into the news. Rushy, how you doing there, my friend? Wiggy, always a pleasure to see you, dude. Ezio Editor, Chocolat, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for getting in here. So, the latest news, as you can see here, let's just get it up on the screen here. We have a few different reports and outlets suggesting that the deal has now been agreed. Sky Sports reporting Man United agreed deal with Lokomotiv Moscow to appoint interim manager. Also, Fabrizio Romano just a couple of minutes ago gave us the update and said that agreement is in place between Manchester United and Lokomotiv Moscow for Ralf Rangnick. Deal will most likely be signed late this weekend. Hashtag MUFC. Ralf Rangnick has an agreement to join as an interim manager and then with consultancy role starting from June 2022. Finally, says MUFC fan. So yes, we have. It does seem that we've got this wrapped up then, lads and lasses, and the agreement has been made between the two clubs to allow this man to come and be the new manager. Hi there, Aussie Pelicans, Top Dog, MUFC fan, Asher Win, Sin Games. Everyone, thanks for getting in. Do us a favour at the start of this stream. Smash the thumbs up button on it. Give it a cheeky little like spike. Let's be having you. Let's spread it around. Give it a share on social media if you can as well. That'll help us out massively. Thank you, everyone who's done that, by the way. Appreciate you all. Right, okay, so get in there. Finally, we've got a new manager come in. Obviously, it's only for an interim 6-month basis. We knew it was sort of imminent anyway, but we didn't have a sort of exact idea of a time frame. But it does seem like now he will be overseeing that Arsenal game as well. So he will be coming in after that Chelsea game with Michael Carrick at the wheel. And then after that, we'll be playing with Ralf Rangnick in the dugout, it seems. So get your opinions in there, lads and lasses. How positive are you feeling about this one? On a scale of 1 to 69, let me know. You think my mic volume's a bit low? Okay, well, that's gash. Should be okay. Let me know. Smash a 1 if it's okay, lads and lasses. Let me know. Or if it needs adjusting, let me know. Okay, so let's have a little cheeky look at the latest headlines then. So as you can see here, we've got Romano says agreement in place. We've got Sky Sports reporting it. Lots of different reports. BBC, all different arenas are reporting. We're waiting for an official statement, of course, from Manchester United in terms of, officially joining the football club. Hopefully that will come soon. I'm sure it will do. So yeah, and we might get an idea of when he will actually take over, when he'll come into the side. There's still talks of maybe other people coming in with him. We're not 100% what's going on with his backroom staff. There's some understanding that will give everybody a chance at the club there in terms of the coaches, but also might be bringing in his own backroom staff or assistant. 68 out of 68 says Alicia Daniel. Diesel Daily says 60. 60 says Top Dog. 1 says Wiggy. Okay. Let's go hashing 47. So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling okay about it, guys. I'm feeling decent about it. Like I say, it's only a 6-month manager here. He's got a great opportunity if he comes in and transforms us and get us playing that Gegenpress style of football. Then we'll be happy about that, won't we? With those pure German vibes. And if he can get us successful in attacking side, that's all we're really asking for. So I really do hope that he's a success. Of course, we've got to make sure that he hits the ground running, really, because otherwise the season's going to be dead. So he's got a good few opening games that are quite easy. Of course, there is that Arsenal game. But other than that Arsenal game, there's a run of about 5 or 6 games after that are just absolutely easy for Manchester United on paper anyway. Not easy. No game's easy, of course. Palace are a decent side. Brighton are a decent side. I get it. But still, teams that Manchester United should be beating that were just definitely better than. -1 says Sim Games. Oh, crikey, he's not happy about the appointment at all. Let's understand. Let's hear your reasoning in the live chat. Get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat, guys, throughout as we go along, by the way. Let me know your thoughts. Andrew Cos says it's also agreed that he will stay on to work with United, whether he's manager after 6 months or not, which is great. He can direct the club. Yes, so for 2 years afterwards, he's been given a football consultancy role, maybe given like a proper directorship or sporting director or technical role within the football club there, hopefully as well. So you can be looking at him influencing the football club beyond just being manager for 6 months. So remember, this is a short-term fix for somebody to come in temporarily before we can appoint somebody else, obviously, for long-term job. But for right now, this is obviously a decent appointment. It gets us hopefully playing a good style, setting us off down on that road for the future as well. For maybe somebody like Ten Hag to come in and take over, or who knows. But so it's just setting us up for a nice attacking style of football, a good philosophy, laying the foundations for the future. He could be very good, obviously, for this season too. I mean, he might be able to get this team playing really good stuff. It's not guaranteed, as we've discussed as well. But hopefully he can get us playing really good stuff. He's got the players at his disposal. You know, if he does go with some sort of 4-3-3 or 4-2-2-2 or some sort of attacking style, you know, which he's favoured. You look at the personnel we got in there. We should be able to do the business if his style of play translates well over to Manchester United and into the Premier League here. It's not an easy task. I mean, you've got people like Jurgen Klopp coming out and saying that Ralf Rangnick's appointment at Manchester United is not good news for other teams. He says, unfortunately, a good coach is coming to England. And he said United will be organised on the pitch. He says that's not good news for other teams. He's a really good man and an outstanding coach, said Klopp. He's a really experienced manager and famously built two clubs from nowhere to proper forces in Germany, Hoffenheim and RB Leipzig. He's done a lot of different jobs in football, but his first concern was always being a coach, being a manager, and that's what his best skill is. So there you go. He said between the coaches and in the football world in Germany, he is very highly regarded and rightly so. Wherever he was, he did an incredible job. He started as a young man at Stuttgart, coaching the reserve team, and kept going from there. Getting to the Bundesliga was insane at the time, and he made his way up. We faced each other for the first time when I was a young coach, and he was at Hanover. He might have forgotten, but they always played our opponent a week later, so he called me the young manager of Mainz and asked plenty of questions. I was happy big Ralf Rangnick was calling me, but he got all the information he needed. Then they got promoted in 2002, and we didn't, so he still owes me. So you know, Ralph, there's obviously a glowing review or glowing, comments there, obviously, from Jurgen Klopp, one of our rival managers. You know, obviously he's got the respect there. I mean, a lot of these managers have been influenced a lot by Ralf Rangnick, people like Nagelsmann, people like Klopp. So that's hopefully the idea and the sort of measure of the man that we're getting, the type of manager that we are getting is hopefully, you know, a very, very good, experienced, quality manager with that style that could just come in and impose that style upon the team. So come on then, let's see what he can do. Hopefully he is the man for the job. Even if he's not the man for the job in terms of the coaching role, like we discussed, though, he's only here for 6 months. So this is just temporary, and eventually he will step into a technical role at the club where he's going to oversee things from recruitment to the scouting network to maybe even improving football facilities and things like that, all different things. And hopefully he's been given certain assurances by the club because he was discussed about the job previously in the past, but he turned it down because he wasn't given any freedoms or any power, and he wanted more. And he also was approached by Chelsea before they got Tuchel, and he wanted more assurances there that he could have more influence on the football aspects of things, and that he didn't want a short-term role at the club, and they couldn't give him that, so he didn't take the job. So he seems like a man of principle. He seems like somebody that's only come here really because he's been given what he wants in terms of the job. And I'm not talking necessarily about money here. I'm talking about different freedoms within the job after this 6-month spell. So this 6-month spell is great, and it's a great audition for him. If he smashes it, he might get the job long-term. But then again, you know, if he doesn't, if he sort of meanders or falters a little bit and doesn't really take us forward, then he's going to go into a different role at the club where he's proven to work wonders for other clubs, i.e. growing their RB brands and all the rest of it throughout his career. So he's definitely good for beyond the coaching role, beyond the dugout, which is, I think, is important when you're talking about getting this man into the club. I'm just going to dip into the comments for a couple of minutes, guys, see your initial reaction to this news, and then we'll get in and cover all the rest of the little bits of information we've got coming through as well. Johnny M, hello, mate, says, excellent news for Manchester United. Yeah, that's right, Joe Goldberg says, get ready for the Gegenpress, Piggy. Yeah, darling. Das Football ist gut, yeah? I'm very keen to see some prima Fußball gespielt. You know what I mean, guys? I'll be very, very happy with that. Let's hope that it happens, you know. Hopefully we can see that Gegenpress football, you know, this famous Gegenpress football, which is what we are hoping to see, an attacking style, a vicious style, a pressing style, an offensive style, but also like a really hard-working style. That's the first thing that this guy has to do, really, is get in, tell these guys they've been too damn lazy, and get rid of them. No. Get them to start playing really good football, get them to work harder because they need to start running, they need to start working harder for a team, and we need to get that pressing going. There's going to be certain players in this Manchester United side that are going to get a massive wake-up call here. There's going to be certain players that are going to fall by the wayside under Ralf Rangnick. He's no pussycat. He's not going to come in and meow at them. He's going to come in and fucking roar like a lion, I think, based on some little video clips and things I've seen of him. He seems like he's definitely a passionate guy, somebody that's going to be a bit of a disciplinarian. He's going to make people work hard for him. He's going to punish them if they don't work hard for him. So like there's an actual wheel that he had for punishments at a previous club. Where is it? Matty Rushmano sent the information earlier, and it's just interesting because it's just different forfeits on there, different things that you have to do if you get a punishment, if you're late for training or whatever. Things like work in the club shop and serve food in the team cafeteria and guide stadium tours and mow the training pitch and all this sort of stuff. Like he's hopefully going to put in a little bit of a disciplinarian vibe at the club, which we could definitely do with, because United is filled with a bunch of prima donna melters, in all honesty. Yes, that's right, Gungshi. He says blitzkrieg time, heavy metal, smash bang vollop. Yes, exactly. That's what we're going for, Gungshi, like heavy metal football. But there's going to be certain players that are not going to be too happy, I don't think, with him coming in. Paul Pogba, it only further adds fuel to the fire that maybe he would be leaving the club in the future. His contract's running out anyway. He's injured for the time being, so it's not really a thing anyway for a couple of months, this, because Pogba is out injured. But it's understood, that Ralf Rangnick's not really a big fan of Paul Pogba in the sort of style, the system, or, in the way that he plays. So there's definitely a few players that could that he might not like. So obviously Ralf Rangnick teams and like maximum effort. Pogba is not really the most effort-giving player, if we're being totally honest. And, he likes, if he's going to play something like a 4-2-2-2, his two midfielders who are in there are going to have to do a lot of work. He also likes his wingers and stuff to have lots and lots of pace, which I don't think Pogba is quick, but he's not an intricate pacey winger like a Sancho or a Rashford. He's physically more built, and he's a bit more of a tank. But Pogba is he really going to be the man to marshal that central midfield position in a Ralf Rangnick team? I personally don't think so. So he might get fallen by the way. So there's a few players, of course, that might really struggle to adapt to this system. We know his comments previously about Luke Shaw, where he's basically said that he thinks he's pretty much not good enough for United. That was a couple of years ago, though. That was before he obviously had his Roberto Carlos season. But pretty much Mark Ogden reporting here that Manchester United ditched plans to give Michael Carrick and as many as 6 more games in charge after Ralf Rangnick emerged as an outstanding candidate during interviews to find the club successor. So he's been given also access to footage from Manchester United's training sessions from a series of different camera angles, so he can familiarise himself with the players and the work done so far. So this guy seems like somebody that's obviously quite in-depth. This is what's being reported by the Telegraph, that he's being given video footage for him to study before he even gets here, etc., to just get bang into the players, get to know everybody, maybe look at their body language, their effort levels in training, and all the rest of it. So I think this is definitely a serious guy here. Hold on a second. We got some further information coming through. Thank you very much, Rushy. We got some further info. So Manchester United reach an agreement in principle with Lokomotiv Moscow for Ralf Rangnick. This is from Sky Sports' Dharmesh Sheth. Contracts expected to be signed this weekend, and for Rangnick to take interim charge until the end of the season, plus 2-year consultancy role. Excellent stuff. Okay, so let me just get that up on the screen actually for a second. That's a decent update there. Thank you so much. Okay, so Manchester United reach agreement in principle with Lokomotiv Moscow. Contracts expected to be signed in this weekend. Rangnick to take interim charge until the end of the season. So yes, absolutely. We've seen that Michael Carrick will be taking charge of that Chelsea game on Sunday. After this weekend, then I'd imagine it's going to be some Ralf Rangnick time. He'll probably be coming in Monday or Tuesday. And we should hopefully see him at the wheel by then, guys, and ready to take that Arsenal game. And then we've got a good run of fixtures. So I'm just going to get Manchester United's fixtures up really quickly here and just go into it again. We've got a pretty decent run, though, for when he does come in. So we have Arsenal coming up, of course, on Thursday, the 2nd of December. Tough game, that one. Can't pretend like it's not, but, it's eminently winnable. Crystal Palace. as well. These are both at home. Crystal Palace at home. Then we've got Young Boys at home, Norwich City away, Brentford away, Brighton at home, Newcastle away, Burnley at home, Wolves at home, Aston Villa away. So, in terms of an ideal start, this guy's got the perfect run of games to come into to sort of get a successful run going and learn a lot from his team and work on things and improve things, whilst also hopefully still picking up the results. Because if we'd have come in and had games like Chelsea and bloody Liverpool and all the rest of it, it would have been a tougher ask of him to get any sort of results from it and work wonders in a short period of time. Now he's actually got games where we're favourites to win most of the time, and he can obviously work on things, and hopefully we'll pick up the results as we're sort of a work in progress. So I think this is an ideal time for him to come into the club, obviously with the fixtures we've got coming up. So there you go. United reached the agreement in principle. We've got nice fixtures coming up as well. If we can if we can win them all or win most of them, then we could still be in a title race, because that is a good run of fixtures and other teams will drop some points. We got another bit of info from The Athletic, said that Murtaugh rang Rangnick on Sunday for a chat on the possibility to move into Manchester United. It's understood United wanted a coach that was in essence perceived to be opposite of Solskjaer. Ultra technical and tactical rather than having a focus on motivational aspects. So it does seem like they've not chosen a sort of Man United style manager from what they've gone for in the previous years. They've gone for somebody here who also wants a little bit of extra leeway, not leeway, but freedom. He wants to be able to influence the team beyond just the dugout. So I think that is a big point here. They've almost had to concede something here. To get Rangnick, I think they've had to concede. But yes, so Richard Arnold, the new expected CEO, doesn't claim to be an expert on the football side of the business. He doesn't want to be learning on the job on football recruitment development side. This is what The Athletic reported. So, I think the more football men we have in there, such as Rangnick going in after the 6-month interim basis to work as a consultant or work in a technical role at the club, is brilliant, because we need more football men in there. We've got a bunch of charlatans in there at the moment and bankers, wanky fucking bankers. So to get another football man in there is brilliant. Okay, so this is basically what the Athletic said, that the University of Ralf Rangnick is built on this. Active, ball-orientated pressing, a swarm-like movement of the whole team towards the ball that turns defending into attack. Get in there, that sounds like what we want to see, really. A swarm. Okay, so this is also quotes from Ralf Rangnick, guys. I'm just getting you all buzzed up for this one. We got 142 of you legends in here. Only 38 likes on the stream. Is that broken? You what? We could do better than that, lads and lasses. Smash the like button if you're just getting in here. Give it a cheeky little like spike. Hit the thumbs up. Give it a share around as well. That'd be much appreciated. Do hit the like. It's free and it gives us a boost up there on the YouTube algo. Helps us compete against some of the other channels, etc., who are clickbaiters or corporations, etc. So help us out if you like the channel. Smash the like and let's be having you. So Rangnick, this is what he said. He said, you need to be aware what kind of football you really want to play. A little bit of pressing? Come on, what is a little bit of pressing? A little bit of pressing is like a little bit of pregnant. Either you are pregnant or not. Either you want to play pressing or not. I think that's a great quote. So he's like, you basically can't do it a little bit, is what he's saying. You'd rather do it all like a swarm. You need to be aware what kind of football you really want to play. A little bit of pressing. What is that? A little bit of pressing? A little bit of pressing is like a little bit of pregnant. Anyway, so I just thought that was a funny quote from him, to be fair. Right, so just let's get into Carrick made some quotes over here, of course, and speaking ahead of the game. And he said the next person to take charge of Manchester United will have a great starting point to work from, which I think is true. So Rangnick coming in here now, it's a done deal. It's all wrapped up and dusted pretty much. Just got to sign exchange the contract, sign the paperwork at the weekend, and then he will be in after the weekend. So it's all pretty much done and dusted, done deal. We're just waiting, obviously, a club official announcement. We've got the updates from Fabrizio Romano. We got the updates from everyone else to say that the job is done. Man United do agree to deal with Lokomotiv Moscow to appoint an interim manager. There you go. And he's coming in for 2 years afterwards. So this is good news. It's it's not the most inspirational of managers, like I've said yesterday. People are obviously making this out to be an amazing appointment, and I think it is a brilliant appointment for beyond just the management job. But obviously, he's got the experience managing. He's managed 650 games throughout his career. He's got a lot of clubs managed. He's obviously exceeded expectations at a lot of these clubs as well, such as Hanover 96 or whoever, Ulm back in the day. He's definitely a manager that sort of gone above and beyond what's expected of him. But at the same time, he's not Jose, he's not Pep, he's not Klopp, he's not, one of these coaches that has the Champions League trophies and all the different big trophies in the big leagues. He's not that guy. He's not, Jose Mourinho, when we signed him with the 26, 27 trophies or whatever it is. It's not that level of guy, but this is a different appointment. This is somebody that is technically very, very good, who should hopefully be able to come in and slap a few people around, get the new tactics and a new system and new style of play instilled into the players, get them performing hopefully in a short turnaround, and then he's going to lay foundations for the future, for the next manager to come in. So, yeah, essentially he is in a 6-month interim and he can play himself into the job. If he has a really great season and gets his team really playing well, I'm sure the offer would come. But ultimately, even if that doesn't work for him, he's going to have great input into the team afterwards, which is a big thing for us. So yes, he says whoever comes in will inherit a great base from which to start their work, and the efforts of Solskjaer, obviously, and Carrick over the last few years have been great. He says the environment that Ollie had such a huge part in building has helped me a lot this week, so whatever happens next is a great starting point. I think one of the biggest things from Ollie's time as a manager over time, creating and building on the environment in the backroom staff, the culture in the group that people don't see day to day. And it's a fair point. I think they have got a good unit there. He got rid of a lot of dickheads, did Solskjaer, and he brought a lot of good people in. And also, I think there's a bit of camaraderie, good team spirit there. You wouldn't feel that with the way we've been playing this season, but I feel like they are a sort of unified group of players. I don't think they're a group in division or, there's huge problems in the dressing room, especially if you get rid of one or two players such as like Phil Jones, Paul Pogba, etc. Okay then, guys, let's get through all the news. We've got a lot of little bits of information coming through here. So the biggest news, if you're just joining us, agreement in place between Lokomotiv Moscow and Manchester United for the transfer, or the transfer of manager from, he's not obviously their manager over there, but to Manchester United in his current role. So contracted his current role, they had to agree terms and sort of agree in an amicable way his departure from Lokomotiv Moscow. They've done that. It's good news, and he is allowed to join us, lads and lasses. Done deal. Let's go. So let me just get this up there in case you missed this as well. There you go. So that's the latest up there. Just try and make that a bit bigger so you can see. Nice one. Right then, so let's get into the other. We've got a few bits of information here, quite a bit of information to get into. So Ralf Rangnick is understood he will speak to Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna before deciding to make up his mind at Manchester United, essentially, who's going to be sacked off from the coaching staff. So listen, my opinion on it is we need to make a change. We've got to get this guy coming in here and having a big influence and hopefully bringing somebody else in with him in terms of his backroom staff. And I don't think it hurts to get rid of one or two of the current coaching staff who haven't really done too well this season with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer either, or previously, with the way we've been playing. Some of them have potential. You look at Mike Phelan. I think Mike Phelan's proven for what he's done in the past. He's obviously a huge Manchester United man, etc. But maybe it's time to part ways and go in a new sort of youthful direction with Michael Carrick and Darren Fletcher around the gaff. And then, Kieran McKenna, I'm not really too sure if he's been doing a fantastic job this season either. So I just think it's time for a change. Now, it's up to Rangnick. When he comes in, obviously, he's going to have to assess these guys, see who he thinks is actually worth their salt in terms of being a coach out there on the training pitch. He'll analyse them, I'm sure he will, and he'll find out whether or not he wants to stick with them. And I'm sure he'll have the freedoms to say, yes, I want Michael Carrick to be a coach here, or no, I don't. And I'm sure he'll have the freedoms to do that. So yeah, it is a bit of a time for these guys to prove themselves as well, to Rangnick just as much as the players. But I would personally rather have him come in and get a couple of people in with him, new coaches, and his assistant, Lars Koretnaka, or whatever his name was, who's been at a few different clubs with him, to come in and sort of help us, guide us in that new system. Because obviously, this gegenpress style of football, we need coaches that can sort of coach this gegenpress style of football. And Carrick and these guys, they haven't been coaching this gegenpress style of football. So we need to get some gegenpress coaches, surely. Is what I'm thinking. But maybe not. Obviously, it depends if he's a master delegator, etc. Or if he's going to be super hands-on with the coaching aspects, then obviously it remains to be seen. But there's that. And then also we've got this information, Ralf Rangnick's comments on Paul Pogba hint at a ruthless decision. So listen to this. So in 2017, Ralf Rangnick was quoted as stating that Pogba did not fit into his style of play. He told Goal he had a player who suited his team better, one who has since performed poorly in England, Liverpool's Naby Keita. Rangnick said that he wouldn't swap Keita with Pogba for our style of play. That's what this says, anyway. Wouldn't swap Keita with our style of play. This suggests Rangnick does not rate Pogba as a suitable player for his high-pressing style of football. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at what Pogba's done over the last 5 years at Manchester United, if I was watching from afar either and I played a high-intensity pressing style of football, I absolutely would not be interested in Paul Pogba either, mate, because he looks like a shambles, doesn't he? For effort levels and just like pace and defensive guile, getting back there, getting stuck in, etc., working your socks off, running your socks off, sprinting your socks off. You don't see it from Pogba. It's always a nonchalant jog from Paul Pogba. And yeah, so I really don't think Rangnick is going to like Paul Pogba, even though he's injured at the moment. The issue is not going to be forced right now because he's injured. Those are the facts. Hey, we got 200 of you legends in here. Thank you everyone who's watching the stream. If you're just joining, leave a like on the stream. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, guys. It's free to subscribe. Also, you get to chat in the live chat. You only need to be subbed for 1 minute to have your say in the live chat. So do get yourself subscribed and smash the thumbs up on it. And let's be having you. Come on, get in there. We've got a new manager. Finally, we're going in a new direction. Hey, it's not the ideal candidate in my opinion, but it's a good one. It's probably the best one of who's available right now, seeing as Zidane didn't want to know and Pochettino isn't available and all the rest of it. Get in there, my son. We're going in the right direction again, finally. Hopefully, we can start playing some good attacking football. Hopefully, we can start getting competitive with the likes of Liverpool and Man City. And these teams, we've got to start getting competitive. So this is good news. It's hopefully a step in the right direction. Listen, it still remains to be seen. We've seen great coaches come in previously, you know, Jose, Louis, and fail at this football club. But what I will say about this guy's style is it seems like this guy's style is quite a relentless attacking style. You know, this gegenpress system, hard work, pressing, counter-pressing. You know, it seems exactly the sort of system we want to see at United because that's more the United way than the crap that we've been served up for the last decade, more or less. Oh, so there you go. Pogba could be on his way out. Absolutely could be on his way out very, very soon. These are some quotes from Julian Nagelsmann in regards to Ralf Rangnick as well, guys. He said, Rangnick will do Manchester United incredibly good, the whole club. His power, the way he plays football, it's totally different to what's been going on there in recent years. So this is what Julian Nagelsmann, has commented and said about him. Obviously, he's getting all the love from these German managers. Kloppy giving him some high praise as well. Julian Nagelsmann giving him high praise here. I think it bodes well, doesn't it? All of these people are saying that this coach is a very good coach for Manchester United. And Klopp said himself that, you know, he's really not too happy about seeing him. He said it's not good news for the other teams in the Premier League because of, you know, how good of a manager he is. So high praise indeed from the likes of Julian Nagelsmann and the likes of Jurgen Klopp, who think that this appointment at Manchester United is going to be a very, very good one for Man United. So he gave a glowing endorsement of Jurgen Klopp of Rangnick as well. So definitely a lot of praise and a lot of high hopes for Rangnick at Manchester United now. We've got to hope that he does play an attacking style. So been looking into his previous teams and research and stuff. Maybe he could play something like a 4-2-2-2 with Manchester United and, you know, utilise Donny in the midfield. We've got great wide players at United. Sancho, Rashid, Martial, Greenwood. Of course, you've still got Ronaldo and Cavani up there. It's a fantastic set of players to choose from. Defensively, you know, it's a little bit, I don't know what he'll do defensively. It depends on what he wants to do. We've still got a good defence. I don't know if he's going to be able to instantly get Harry Maguire playing a lot better. If I was him, I'd look at Harry Maguire and say he's too damn slow and he's a breeze block, and I would get rid of him. But I don't, you know, he might well give him a chance. Also, because of the amount of money that we paid for Harry Maguire and because of the money he's on and his status as a player for England and everything, it's like there's almost some sort of weird obligation to have to play this twat. So this is This is interesting. So basically, Julian Nagelsmann also said that I texted Ralf Rangnick and told him I think it's great to see him at Man United. He will do Man United very well with the way he plays football. He says, I hope Rangnick will stay there as manager longer than just next summer. So, you know, there's lots of praises, lots of, confidence that he'll do good for Manchester United beyond the manager role. So 6 months he is an interim manager. Maybe he'll prove himself in the league and do really well and get us playing good stuff and they'll give him the job permanent. But if not, hey, look, the backup is he's going to help us as a club, help us from the top down. We've had the shitty Glazers as owners. We've had a bunch of wanky bankers in the football job roles at the club. We need people who can grow the whole footballing aspect of a football club. You know, improve the scouting network, improve recruitment, improve getting rid of players, improve, the facilities, improve the stadium, improve all of these different things that are faltering a little bit for Manchester United, being slightly left behind. Why have Tottenham Hotspur got a more state-of-the-art facility than Manchester United? It doesn't make any fucking sense. We should have the best of the best, and hopefully somebody like this is going to have a little bit of an impact, a little bit of a say in some of the football decisions. I'm not going to suggest that he's going to have a free bloody key to their bank account. No, I'm sure he'll be given a pot of money every single season, which will probably be a lot less than Chelsea's, City's, and Liverpool's or whatever. But he might hopefully have the freedoms to do with that pot of money whatever he can. So that is what's good about the future of Manchester United and having this guy here, is that we need more football men in the role. So it's no bad thing, even if he doesn't quite work out as manager. Even if he doesn't, it's going to be a great thing for the club to have him behind the scenes doing good football stuff, because he is very much proven to work wonders with more or less any club he's been at, both in the dugout but also behind the scenes. So Jurgen Klopp saying it's not good news for other teams. Here's an intriguing comment from sporting director from PSG, Leonardo, by the way, in regards to Pochettino and Zidane. This is reported by Laurie Whitwell earlier on The Athletic. It says, Pochettino never asked to leave. No club contacted us. I can affirm very clearly there was no meeting with Zidane. So that is words from Leonardo. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but he is outright saying that nobody contacted them about Poch and nobody spoke with Zinedine Zidane. So denying any sort of link or report there that was even close. But we know what it was, pretty considered by Manchester United, obviously. But in the end, they've gone for somebody different. Okay, so let me just get into, we've got a couple more updates coming in now. Thank you very, very much for getting in here. Yes, reached an agreement in principle with Manchester United. So yes, lots of different reports coming out. TalkSport now reporting it. Let's see if they've got anything other than what we've already discussed here. Probably just the same regurgitated stuff. The German coach is to leave Moscow to take up the position. He will stay at the club for 2 years in a consultancy role. Yes, brilliant stuff. Okay, yes, so lots of different reports coming out now that it is done. We've got on here pretty quick and giving you the done deal business. 243 of you legends in here. Get in there, smash the like button, lads and lasses. How do you feel about Ralfie Rangnick? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you're buzzing your tits off about it. I've come around to it quite a lot because who's available? If we'd have gone for Pochettino, we probably would not be playing that attractive style of football, whereas this guy will hopefully get us playing that gegenpress system where we can just get at teams, be an attacking force, swarm on them on the counter and press them really, really good. And it's going to be good. If on paper, if it all theoretically works out at United, he can transform us with that style that he's famously known for. It's going to be great. So come on. Get in there. We got 100 likes on the stream as well. Thanks everyone for joining us and getting in here today. Really appreciate you all stopping by. Once again, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. I'm losing my voice a little bit again, but hit the subscribe button and get yourself involved here. We do streams every single day. We'll bring you the latest updates as and when they come out. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff, guys. Okay, I'm going to duck into the live chat now. Have your say. Get your thoughts and opinions in there. But if you are just joining, United have reached an agreement in principle with Lokomotiv Moscow for Ralf Rangnick to become their interim manager. Contracts will be exchanged and signed at the weekend, it's understood. And he will be unveiled at the club just after then, after the Chelsea game. So probably on the Monday or the Tuesday, just after the weekend, you'll see Rangnick take his post at Manchester United and start the interim role. 6 months it is with a 2-year further football consultancy job. Get in there. Right, okay, let's get in the live chat, lads and lasses. See what you legends have got to say for yourself. Thank you, everyone, for joining and getting in here. So, who thinks this is good? 21 Nick P does, Simon Cowie, Finley McCrossen's buzzing. I love that. Thank you so much for joining. Pogba will be gone. Get in there, my son. That's a good thing. I think Pogba should be gone anyway. We talked about this yesterday, but Pogba, most of the people in the live chat yesterday were like, yeah, Pogba out, even in regards to a free transfer. Most people would like to see Paul Pogba leave for nothing now, rather than sign a new big bumper contract. He could probably get a bigger contract at PSG anyway. His agents and absolute grubby little pie finger in milk bag, isn't he? And you know what he's going to do anyway. He's going to try and convince his client to go elsewhere to get a bigger payday anyway. And it's not exactly been all roses at Manchester United. Pogba's wasted a lot of time here, really, both for him and both for us. It's been an unsuccessful period. You know, it just hasn't worked. He's not the right fit for us. He's not worked out well. And he doesn't work hard enough. And he's not consistent enough. That's the biggest problem I have. So if he does end up being sacked off by Ralf Rangnick, all the best. And you know what? Ralf Rangnick has to do a couple of big decisions like that, I think. I think he would endear himself to me and the fan base if he came in and he made a couple of those big, tough decisions that Solskjaer wasn't prepared to make. So, for instance, Solskjaer obviously, didn't drop Harry Maguire from the captaincy or drop him after a poor run of form. He played players like McTominay and Fred regardless of their performances based on not form. So I want to see him come in, drop Pogba, although Pogba's injured so he doesn't have to do that, but you know what I mean, drop Harry Maguire. I think a lot of people said Harry Maguire could do well in this sort of system under Rangnick. I still think he's just a shit defender, and it doesn't excuse his performances that he's put in this year, because individually in games he's made shocking errors which you can't do anything about as a coach. You can't do anything about him getting sent off in the previous game to get Solskjaer sacked. He literally just doing stupid things on his own and proving himself to be not a good enough or competent enough defender for United. So that's based on that. You're dropped, lad. See you later on. Eric Bailly, you're in there. Or Lindelof, you're in there along with Rafael Varane. That is what I would do. Hey, Flash, thank you for the $5 super chat here, mate. Get in there. Appreciate you, Flash. He says, how long do you think will take for Ralf to develop the club, says Flash. Hey, Flash, thank you so much. Well, I think probably, a good few months, mate, to be fair. It's hard to change a philosophy of what we've been working on the last few years overnight. But then again, Michael Carrick was asked about it, and he said, hey, look, you can actually change things quite quickly if the new manager comes in with new ways of thinking, new training sessions, new approaches, new styles, new confidence, all the rest of it. You can actually change things quite quickly. But I think if you're talking about long term, like how long will it take to get this club up there playing like Liverpool or City, like we're a consistent force, like we're a proper attacking team and we can do it regularly and we're confident going into every game? How long? I'd say the entire 6 months, to be fair. I'd say it's going to be until the end of the season, to really get us going and really get this club in the right direction, because it's hard to do that. It's hard to just come in and turn it around when all the other clubs up there at the top of the league are in a much better place than us. They're further ahead with settled coaches and settled squads and all the rest of it. We've got to turn it around. It's going to be tough. This season is kind of, it's a damage limitation job now in a way. We want to try and challenge for the title, of course. This Chelsea game at the weekend could make us or break us in that sense. If we beat Chelsea, we with the fixtures we've got coming up, hey, we could be well in the mix. If we lose to Chelsea, it's going to be very, very hard to claw back 15 points. So it really does depend, I guess. Let's hope he hits the ground running. I don't know, basically, is my answer, Flash. I don't know how long it would take him. I don't know. Look at Tuchel last season. Often you think you need, managers need time. People say you need time. Tuchel came in last season after not doing great at PSG, let's be honest, and then came into Chelsea, turned them around, transformed them, got them playing great stuff, and then they obviously went on to win the Champions League, and now they're at the top of the league, and they're looking like the best team in the league currently as well. It's like there's no real science to it, Sometimes a manager just fits a club. Sometimes it all just works, and sometimes it doesn't even work that long. The wheels fall off often. Managers come in, they have a successful couple of years, and then the wheels fall off. So sometimes there's not an exact science to it, but let's just hope that he comes in with his style, with his gegenpress style, with his German vibes, and gets this team playing good stuff in a short spell. That's all we can really hope for. In a way, winning the trophy is lovely. We want to win a trophy, but in a way that's almost secondary to us right now. We've been served up so much shit this season with the style of play and the team. It's almost about just getting us to perform now. Sometimes you can lose games. You're unfortunate. You can lose a cup final, whatever it may be. I'm not going to judge it based on that. I want to see how he transforms us as a team, the mentality, the approach. Are we running our socks off? Are we getting at teams? Are we working harder than they are working? That's what we should be. And also, are we, performing? Are we playing good, attractive football? If we're getting the results, that's great. But I would also just generally judge it, not just on trophies, not just on results, but also actually how we're doing as a team. So if he progresses us, gets the team playing good stuff, you can see there's a style, you can see there's a tactic, etc., then that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for another Solskjaer-style situation where we don't know what the fuck's going on and it looks like a bunch of strangers out there who don't know what they're doing. Because to be fair to Solskjaer, last couple of seasons, we got the results, but it was always like very mixed bag of performances from week to week. There were times where he hit form, but this season was truly shambolic. Like, you just don't know what system or style. The players couldn't string two passes together. It's like they never played with each other before. So we want to see a proper style and a proper team. Thank you for your super chat there, Flash, mate. I appreciate that, dude. Get in there. Also, Paul Burgess with a £2 super sticker. It says GG's. Thank you very much, Paul Burgess. Appreciate you, my man. Get in there, dude. Hey, we got 113 likes on the stream, says Rush Mono. That's good stuff, guys. Smash the like. Let's see if we can get 169, dudes. Numero uno says Mr. and Mrs. Piggy, and good steps by the board. Hey, it is good. I hope he brings his assistant in with him as well. That would also be a very good step by the board, I think, to get him in there. So Sky Sports News learned United Executive Vice Chairman Ed Woodward pushed for the additional 2 years given Rangnick's level of expertise. So I think maybe they offered that on the table as a little bit of a sweetener, of course, as they had talked to him previously about the job. United strongly believe that Rangnick will offer valuable insight and resource on the football side beyond the end of the season. This is my question, though. How much freedom will Ralf Rangnick have in this football consultancy role? So, money is very nice, isn't it? Everybody likes money. And everybody likes to be called a football consultant. Is it going to be an outside football consultant, or is it going to be a sporting director or some sort of technical director, or actually have a full-on employed role in the squad? Or is he going to be on the self-employed outside, freelance football consultancy? Because that is different, guys. Let's be totally honest here. If he's an outside football consultant, where they're just basically consulting on stuff, it does, yeah, okay, he can have an influence of what to do, and hopefully he would have some powers and freedoms to be able to do things. But unless he's actually contracted to the club as a proper sporting or football director or something, I really am a little bit dubious about this. I'm just going to be honest, because you know why? Ed Woodward, the Glazers, everybody we've got this football club at the top, they're pretenders. We know that. They just literally put up a shop window. They buy your players, but behind, they're cashing out on the stock exchange. Behind the scenes, they're cashing out and taking money out of the club. Also, they're not improving other facilities and other areas of our football club to the level that they should be. They just do what they have to do to sort of appease the fan base and keep us competitive for that money to keep coming in, right? So this is my only concern about Rangnick. In the short term, it's great for United, but long term, we're talking about a 2-year football consultancy, and he seems like the sort of man that would only come in if he's given assurances and freedoms to be able to do the job. But at the same time, money talks and bullshit walks, my friend. And if he's been given a job as a football consultancy to just not do that much, then why wouldn't you take it? So I'm just saying, listen, I don't think he's that type of man. I think he's a man of principle. And I think he's somebody who wants to come in and work with the club. And he didn't want to go to Chelsea previously because Chelsea was not a long-term, plan for him. So this is a long-term plan, so he's come. That is the difference. But also, come on, this is the Glazers we're talking about. Are they really going to give somebody all this free reign and freedom to come in and mix things up and spend their money? Remains to be seen. I personally think that it might not be as involved as everyone's saying. I hope it is, though. But let's be fair, the Glazers are shithouses. Rangnick will require a work permit before he can begin work, by the way, so that's what's taken a little bit of time as well. There's a few questions about whether he'll be here for the Chelsea game. He will not. It will require a work permit, and also contracts are going to be signed and exchanged this weekend. He will be in here after the weekend, dudes. Best decision in a while, says Barak Mustafa, getting that R&R. And let's get those hashtag R&Rs in the live chat, my friend. Come on. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, rah, Ralf Rangnick. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, Ralphie Rangnick. Get in, Nigel. Thank you for the £5 super chat, Nigel. Come on, let's go. He's buzzing his tits off in the live chat. Hey, let's get a soul emoji in there for Nigel. Thank you, Nigel, very much for the super chat. Hey, Finley McCrossan, he says, no more McFred, positive footy, good signings, all dubs. It's all positive, you're right. Yeah, let's hope that's exactly what he brings to the club, my friend. You're right. It is positive news, guys. It is positive news, whichever way you look at it, because even if he doesn't get us winning trophies this season, he's going to step into a football consultancy role, and that will hopefully help us too. Right, guys. Okay, I'm going to get into the live chat now. So we've got, basically, that's all the news covered. If anything else comes through, we'll read it to you. Oh, actually, sorry, hang on. We have got a couple of other bits of information come through. Thank you, Matt Rush, for the updates here, sir. Okay, so James Ducker from The Telegraph reporting that it's possible Rangnick could introduce a countdown clock at Manchester United to aid the transition to a high-intensity press like he had at RB Leipzig. Already been granted access to past training sessions for study. Change is coming. Come on! He's going to have a countdown clock. But obviously not that kind of countdown clock. He just means a timer that goes down in order to work on the time it takes to change from transition from defending to attack. He's going to get Rachel Riley on the sidelines. Anyway, time for a change. So no, they wouldn't be able to concentrate if that was going on, to be fair. Look how that would be a conundrum. Anyway, so where was I? Let's get back into it. Another piece of information has come out as well here. Van der Beek and Martial have put their January transfer plans on hold ahead of Rangnick's arrival. Get in there, my son. That's beautiful stuff. So let me just show you this. Rangnick, it says Rangnick's arrival has obviously quelled Donny's need and Martial's need to go. I'd be interested to know what Jesse Lingard's thinking right now as well. Because you think about what Jesse Lingard's good at. Jesse Lingard is a good presser. That's always what I've described him as. Somebody that's good at pressing. He's obviously quick. He's nimble. He's actually pretty decently, technical in some ways, like that goal he scored at the start of the season there. With that combination with Ronaldo or Martial, I should say, was beautiful. So, he's not bad. And I think at pressing, if you're talking about in a system that presses, I actually think Jesse Lingard could be very, very utilised by Ralf Rangnick. I'm going to be totally honest. Like, Jesse, for that type of system, is perfect. Just like Fred could be good in this system, because Fred is a mobile player. If he's next to somebody that can control a game with his passing, i.e. Donny van der Beek, and there's not so much emphasis on him there. And, he's buzzing around and working his socks off, box to box. I can actually see that if it's a team press system. I'm not talking about one player pressing here and there, leaving holes in and everywhere for the opposition to pass around. I'm talking about team press, getting on people as a team. I could actually see Fred being very good at that too. So maybe this guy could come in and transform some of these bang average players that we've seen, like Jesse Lingard, like Fred, to be able to be actual good pressing players in this system. I reckon that's a possibility. So anyway, this is what Rob Dawson from ESPN reported. Van der Beek and Martial have put their January transfer plans on hold ahead of Rangnick's arrival. Despite interest from elsewhere, their preference is to find regular games at Manchester United, and the pair will see how they fit in over the next 6 weeks. So it's expected that Rangnick will come in and favour the likes of Donny van der Beek, and maybe even might give Martial an opportunity, but I don't know about that so much. But look, the next few weeks are going to be really interesting, guys. We've got a new coach coming in. He's going to be working on things, trying to change our ways. We've been playing this horrible, slow, counter-type gashness for enough time now. And hopefully he's going to come in there, get us playing this gegenpress style of play, and then get at the opposition, press them, be intense. That is what. Just look at how sort of Liverpool play their football. We don't want to bang on about it, but yes, they're a good side and they do press high, they press hard, they attack, they get at the opposition, they have opportunities, something like that. That's what we should be sort of aiming towards, that style. And this is the godfather of the old gegenpress system. So you're talking about Rangnick being the godfather, man, and hopefully we're going to be able to do that in a short time. He's going to have to work on it over the next fixtures, but we do have a favourable run in order to work on those things during that time. Okay, let's get back into the live chat then, guys. Do us a favour, nearly at 150 likes. There's nearly 300 of you heroes in here. Thank you for joining us. Do us a big favour. Smash the like. It's free. It only takes a second, dudes, to fall in love. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Leave a like and leave a subscribe as well. If you're new, hit that subscribe. It's the red one that says sub. Hit that one and you'll get daily updates. Talk and says McTominay will benefit greatly and that is what's needed. Okay, I guess so. McTominay for me is the definition of a bang average Billy Big Bollocks. He does seem like he's a good player. He does seem like he works hard for the team. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He tries. But you know what? He's been awful the last couple of seasons, guys. He's had his moments, that winner in the Man City game, McTominay, and all the rest of it. But in all fairness, it's just been too little too often. That's the problem. Kind of like, he's pretty much the Scottish Paul Pogba. But for some reason, because Scott McTominay's come through the system at United or, younger maybe and isn't as big a profile player, we sort of let him off a bit more. He's the Scottish Paul Pogba pretty much to me. Apart from he works a lot harder, but his actual input and his consistency is the same as Paul Pogba. Like, he's inconsistent, man. He's just as inconsistent as Paul Pogba. So, he's the Scottish Pogba, lads and lasses. How's Rangnick going to gegenpress when the defence is so poor without Varane especially, says Big God Bob? I think the system, actually, the players we got in the system would be okay, apart from Slabby Maguire with his slowness. He said things about Luke Shaw which make you think he doesn't favour him, but maybe Tellez could be good in this system. Tellez is a really good attacking player. I was quite impressed with Tellez the other day when he played as well in the last game. I think Tellez could do a job for us there as well. Wan-Bissaka, I could see Wan-Bissaka maybe having to change and adapt and learn, but he is young. If this coach is good, he should hopefully be able to get Wan-Bissaka to adapt to a new system, or he might go in there and start a new right-back in January as well. We'll see. It might happen. Donny is clear of McTominay, says Jedlo. Listen, I want to say about Donny van der Beek, let's not get carried away here, okay? The Dutch Paul Scholes had a good couple of performances last time we've seen him, but we haven't really seen him all that much. Like, it still remains to be seen if he can be consistent performer for us. But you know what? He does actually look really good. From the last game, from the previous games, we've been crying out for him for a long time in the side. It made no sense he wasn't getting played. He finally was, and he finally answered all the critics, even in Solskjaer's last game. You know, he was the best player pretty much when he came on for that 45 minutes. And in the last game for Michael Carrick's game, he was really good too. Actually, no, he was okay. He was okay in that game, actually. He was okay. But the point I'm making is, it's like we need to see more of him. We need to sort of almost reserve judgment on him. I'm going to give him plenty of games and plenty of opportunities. I hope the new manager does too. And I hope that we see the very, very best from him. But at this moment in time, don't get too carried away because he's really not done all that much, you know. Diesel Daily says, predictions where Man United will place this season under Ralf Rangnick. Great shout. Diesel Daily, let's play this game. Right, guys, get your pick in there. Where do you think Manchester United will finish in the Premier League with Ralf Rangnick coming in? I am going to say third. That's right. I'm going to say third. And now I don't know who we're going to finish above, though, because that means we finish above either Liverpool, Chelsea, or Man City right now. I'm going to say third. I think it's very difficult for us to win the league this season. Fifth, says Juster G. Fourth, says Jonathan Gallagher. Third, maybe fourth is more realistic, Jonathan Gallagher. Maybe I'm just trying to be a bit optimistic here. I think maybe fourth is more realistic. Think about where we are. Think about the other teams. Man City are more of a force, really. Then again, they've had a couple of dodgy results this season. Liverpool, they're getting back to their best again. You can see that. Chelsea are just a surprise package, really. I knew they were going to be better this season, but I didn't think they'd be this good. They've been battering falls and looking really good with or without Lukaku. You know, Tuchel's doing really well. So just for those reasons alone, it's hard. But I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to say third. I'm going to say that Rangnick does reasonably well. I think he gets the team playing good stuff. Let's say we get a few scouts, we smash up the Scousers or whatever when we play them. Let's hope, and you know, and maybe we could just snatch third. It's depressing, isn't it, though, guys? For fuck's sake, we were already talking about it's only November the 26th, and none of us think we can win the league. I mean, it is a bad do, man. It's a bad do. It has been for years now. I hope that this brings about the true, serious change that we need at Manchester United now, because we need to be getting back up there to being a consistent force challenging for the title every single year. This has been a shit show of a 7 or 8 year period, dudes, and I'm done with it. I'm sure you are too. We want to see us competing and being an attractive side. So if we can get into a good run, like City have been over the last few years and like Liverpool have been over the last few years, then we will be very, very happy with that. And it's not just about, you know, the trophies or winning the title this season. This is more about now, with Rangnick at the wheel, getting us in the right direction and playing good stuff and performing and getting to the place where we need to be, really, which is in the right direction, And then the new manager coming in the summer will hopefully take us further as well. Talk MU, what's going on? I just want to shout out everybody in the live chat here. The Vutinator, Gandhi, Johnny Gallagher, Rushmano, Shenlo, Talk MU, Big God Bob, Shy Hill, Social 1999, The Vutinator Lad, Nigel, Cezanne, Roy the Boy Keno, Sir Greenwood, Mr. Leo G, Declan K, everyone, get in there, my son. Have your say. Get your thoughts and opinions in. It's Q&A time. So have your say. Let me know what you think about the appointment. What direction do you think we're going in? What direction would you have gone in if you don't think this is the correct appointment? I'd love to hear from somebody that doesn't think this is a good appointment. I mean, you've heard my thoughts on it. I think it's a good appointment, but I don't think it's a great appointment. I'm going to be honest, because look at what he's won in terms of the top trophies, etc. It doesn't compare with the top CVs of the other managers. But in terms of experience, in terms of philosophy, style, and what he's done behind the scenes of other football clubs, it's good for Manchester United. We need a CDM, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yes, we do. We do. Ralf will use Fred, Bruno, and Donny van der Beek a lot, says Andrew Cross. I think you're right, sir. Yes, I do believe in that as well. I think I could see like a 4-2-2-2 with Fred and Donny in there, or something like that. I think United should aim for becoming a team or a 4-3-3 with Fred, Donny, and Bruno, or something like that. I could see that happening. Kaiser Soze says, I think United should aim for becoming a team in the first place, not just a bunch of individuals, then take it from there. Very well said, Kaiser Soze. Yeah, he's got some work to do there. He's got to get out a couple of the bad eggs as well and get this team unity going. I agree with you there. We need to actually play like we're a team. I think the players have a good culture at the club, like Carrick was talking about earlier. I think they do have a good culture at the club, and I think they're a good set of dudes. I think Greenwood, Rashford, Sancho, they're all great young lads, to be fair. I think they're pretty stand-up individuals. As far as these prima donna footballers go these days, we've got a good set of heads on them, I think. Whereas there's obviously a couple of dodgy individuals in the club who might hurt things, but hopefully Rangnick comes in, lays down the stone cold stunner, give me a hell yeah, in the live chat, and hopefully sorts them out a little bit. Talking Mew says, Pig, all our players will need to step it up if they want to be part of the evolution of our great club. Yeah, and I hope this guy has that sort of level where he can get in there and actually command that level of effort and respect and just determination from the players. They've got to fight for their place in the team. See, this is my biggest problem under Solskjaer, guys. He's too nice. He was too nice. Mr. Nice Guy finished as last. That's the problem. We need somebody who's a bit more gritty. Somebody who's like, you come to me on the eve of my game against Arsenal, and you ask me if you're going to be in the game. You are benched! Something like that. We're not really like that, but we need somebody who's a bit more of a Don. Like a proper godfather. Revenge is a dish that is best served cold, boys. Now go out there and murder them. No, like if we had a really, really just command respect. Nobody's talking back to Fergie, or everybody's respecting you to the degree and if they do talk back to Fergie, Fergie's fucking talking right back to them. So we need somebody who's got that level of command and is just a disciplinarian, I think. I think he can do that for us. Solskjaer too nice. He's got his hand around the lads. He's like, Pogba, listen, mate. Pogba, Pogba, come on, Pogba. You're not doing great, Pogba. What are you doing, lad? Come on. Whereas I think we need somebody to say, Pogba, you are absolutely awful. You're dropped. If you want to play, in this United side, act like you're an actual World Cup winner and start working. You've got to work hard on everyone. That's it. Do 100 laps, Paul Pogba. See you later on. Oh, what's that? You don't want to do the 100 laps? Fine 2 weeks' wages, sir. That's the sort of guy that we need in there. The godfather of gegenpressing. Absolutely Scolo Gaming. Come on. We got Don Brocco, says, hey, Ahmed. We have to see what Ralf does with Ronaldo, says Andrew Cross. Great point. There's one player I think that is maybe going to, I wouldn't say suffer, but he's going to have to adapt a little bit with his game. He's 36. He's going to have to play with a high-pressing style. Is it conducive to his age and his position right now and what he's doing? It's not necessarily what he's been doing at Juventus or anywhere like that. He's obviously quite a mobile player still for his age. I'm sure he can do it. But actually, if you look at someone like Edinson Cavani, he springs out to me as somebody in this sort of system, in the gegenpress system, even at his age. But if you look at his intensity and how he plays, yeah, I feel like he would be sick in that sort of system. But anyway, Rangnick only for interim before new position next season. Is it an omen to win the Champions League like Chelsea did, says Kamlesh G? Kamlesh, wouldn't that be amazing? Maybe, dude. It's tough, isn't it? It's tough, isn't it? To get any team performing to the point where you can go on and win the Champions League in a short spell when you just come in as manager is hard. Guys, name me examples of people who've done that. I can think of two right off the top of my head, to be fair. Roberto Di Matteo and also Tuchel, and that's both at Chelsea, to be fair. Maybe it's more likely to happen at Chelsea because they always have a great squad of players and they just chop and change managers like that. So I guess it's going to be, if you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it's going to stick. So I guess it's much more likely to happen at Chelsea than it is any of these other clubs because, clubs don't change manager as much as Chelsea. But anyway, hey, Ingenium, thank you very much for subscribing. Ingenium, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, do what Ingenium's just done. He's absolutely ingenious, this guy, for subscribing. He's made the right decision. Do the same. Hit the subscribe button. It's free to do. Smash the like on it. We're approaching 150. Hit the thumbs up on the stream if you're buzzing about the appointment of Ralf Rangnick in the short-term interim 6-month capacity job with the idea of going into a 2-year football consultancy. Let's be having you. Cezanne says, I don't care who is the manager. I just chant glory, glory, Man United. Love that, Cezanne. Yeah, fair play. Well, that's good support of the football club, mate. And I agree with that entirely as well. You know, that's it. You've got to leave your baggage at the door sometimes with Manchester United, don't you? I think so. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people who are pretty hurt over Solskjaer being sacked. You know, if you were proper Ollie in, which I was up until, you know, not that long ago, really, when it just got ridiculous and we're losing to Liverpool and City and these sorts of calamitous performances. You know, there's a lot of people that were still Ollie in at the end and they're heartbroken that Ollie was sacked and they feel like they supported him, they supported this idea, and now that's gone. And almost some people are like, well, I don't want to watch Man United now for a while. But really, you know, you've got to support the team, the club. That's the club that we love. It's not, you might like a manager, you might like a coach, you might like a player. If a player leaves, some people follow the player to that. Well, then you're not a Manchester United supporter. If you became a Real Madrid supporter when Ronaldo left United, then you were a Ronaldo supporter. You're not a United supporter, you know, whereas you've got to leave your baggage at the door with United. You've got to forget about the past, focus on the present, and hopefully look towards the future, lads and lasses. Feeling like Ebenezer Scrooge right here. Anyway, Pig of the best. Thank you, Leon Moses. I appreciate you, Leon. Appreciate you, my friend. Craig Dennis MGT. Thank you. Peace to you too, my man. Man Like Ryan says, I can see 2 trophies coming under new manager, FA Cup, Champions League. Really well. Man Like Ryan, I mean, wow, that would be insane. In all honesty, I can't see that. I think it's too much to ask. It could happen. Tuchel did it last year. But, man, are you doing the double like that in his first 6 months in the job after we've had a shit start? I don't know about that. Simon Carey says, Pig, this is a good decision, especially for next year with Ralf Rangnick upstairs, sailing us in the right direction, and with Poch as manager next summer. Yeah, could be Poch, could be Ten Hag, could be somebody else. We have to see. But good point, Simon Carey. Like, I think this is a good decision to get him in the club as, you know, a technical job role and get him to perform other things behind the scenes to actually improve us as a football club. I totally agree with you, Simon. Kaiser Soze says it can be turned around pretty quickly at this level. It's all there. It's all they've ever done in their lives. Yeah, great shout, Kaiser Soze. It's a good point. And also the players at Manchester United are undoubtedly very talented. You can argue the midfield's not there, but, you know, Ronaldo and Cavani and Bruno and Pogba and all the rest of them, they are really good players, and somebody with the right coaching style and right approach and the right motivation and confidence and all the rest of it could hopefully get them to play like a proper team. Will he be available for the Chelsea game? Comment Steve-O. He won't be, actually, unfortunately, Steve-O. No. Just so you know, if you are wondering when he's coming in, it will be before the Arsenal game. That's what's expected right now anyway. So there's work permits that have got to be wrapped up and sorted out. There's also contracts are going to be exchanged this weekend between Lokomotiv Moscow and Manchester United to get this guy, you know, away from the club so he can join Man United. Carrick is going to be taking charge of that Chelsea game. And then after the weekend on Monday or Tuesday, I'd imagine Ralf Rangnick will be on that private jet flying into Manchester to take over the reins. That is what's most likely going to happen. Hey, thank you, Mr. Tusker G33 too, and Ivan Praise God for subscribing to the channel. Get in there, lads and lasses. Cheers. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Please do keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. Star-Lord says, finally home. Hey there, Star-Lord. Yes, he's come back. Well, not back, but he's home now. Or you mean you are? Thank you very much, G. Appreciate that. Yeah, 225 legends in here right now. You're right about that. Great appointment, Ten Hag to follow, says Gaggy. I fancy that as well myself. But no, Poch is decent, right? But he's not won anything, and he's also stylistically not as good as I think maybe Ten Hag could be for us with that total Dutch football style. And if you're in keeping with what Ralf Rangnick is more thinking about, then it makes more sense to maybe look in that direction than it does for Poch right now. I mean, I'm going to ask you guys, as a permanent manager again in the live chat, just have a vote now, just with words. Who would you rather see come in the summer, Poch or Ten Hag or somebody else? Realistic, let me know. Not that Brendan Rodgers shithouse. True fans follow the Man United shirt forever. True Paul Burgess. That's it. You've got to support the club, don't you? That's what we love. We love to watch the players. We love to see the team play. We love to support the club and represent Manchester and Manchester United. That is what it's all about. That's where it initially stemmed from. So, yeah. Rams Thomas says, Carrick better not start McFred for the Chelsea game, and he might as well drop Maguire for this game, says Rams Tomo. Ten Hag I choose, says Wiggy. Ten Hag says Camlesh. Poch says man like Ryan. Gungshi says we're winning the treble. I love your optimism. I really hope that we're sat here in May, Gungshi, at the end of May here or whatever, and we're sat here just going mangasming all over the place, I hope we're mangasming all over the place going, man, this guy's won it. He's only gone and won us the trophy. I'm not so optimistic, only because I see the other teams ahead of us at the moment. That's all. I hope he can turn it around, and in a short spell we can make it right, because that's what we need to do, make it right. But I feel like it's maybe too much of a task for anybody right now with the other teams doing well. But good shout. I hope we get it. Leon Moses and Rams Tomo and Will all say Ten Hag would be the man. Gungshi and Wiggy say Ten Hag for me. Justin G says, Carrick, you what? I didn't ask that. 166 likes, says Roshmano. That is decent, guys. We're pumping away. We're almost at 200 now. That's beautiful. Slowly but surely, we've got the lights up. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't done. That would be much appreciated. Poch doesn't match our style of play, no, says Steve-O. Well, not overly, no. Not really. Not this high-pressing, intense attacking style there, Arctics United myself. I mean, if you look at how Spurs played, Spurs were a good sort of attacking team, counter-attacking side, very quick, hit you and hurt you very quickly on the counter-attack and stuff like that. But it's further away from what Ten Hag's is to Ralf Rangnick's. On paper, philosophy-wise, we're talking about here, it's further away. Not to say that Poch couldn't do a good job in the future of taking over Manchester United, but I just feel like if you're going from Rangnick, it almost makes sense to go to Rangnick to Ten Hag to go more in that direction than it does to go, to Poch. But hey, look, Poch is still a good young coach. Chisani Kajorn Jack says, hello from Thailand. Thailand represent. Thank you, Chisani, from getting in here, man. Predictions where Man United will place this season, says Diesel Daily. I'm going for third, mate. I think third. We did ask in the live chat a little while ago, and most people said about fourth. I'm going to say we do get ahead of one of those top teams, but I can't see us getting ahead of all of them. So you've got Chelsea, you've got Liverpool, you've got City. Who are we going to finish ahead of out of those teams? Who are we going to finish ahead of out of those teams? It's so difficult to say. Hey, JS Pie's getting in here with a 125. Don't even know what that is. Super chat. But get in there, JS Pie, lad. He says, Thor Ragnick, for fuck's sake. We got a German Viking. Better sharpen the axes. Great Odin's Raven. Yes, mate. We have got him, mate. Come on. That's good news. It's good news, guys. It's a good option. Out of all who was available right now, it's okay. Pretty decent. Sean Lawler says Maguire is suspended for this game, isn't he? He is, yes. He's suspended against the Chelsea game, yeah, definitely, for his sending off in the last game. And thank the Lord for that as well. I'm glad that Maguire won't be featuring. We need to sell some players still hanging on a thread like Phil Jones, Mata, Lingard, Matic. Yeah, fair point, Arctics United, I agree. Although I do think that Lingard could actually do bits in a Rangnick team. If that whole system and style is to be expected, then I think in the future as a backup, I'm not talking about first team, I'm talking about as a backup, Jesse Lingard could do well in a pressing system, in a high pressing system. You think we'll miss the Champions League this year, says Will? Going to be tough to win that. Oh, it's tough to win that even if you're actually in a good spell, even if you're actually a really good team. Think about Sir Alex Ferguson's career at Manchester United. He won the Champions League twice. That is a tough competition to win. Really, I know he got to a couple of other finals as well, but still, Sir Alex Ferguson won it twice. That is how hard it is to win. That's when you're a good team, So it's definitely not easy to win the Champions League. You need everything to go your way. You need a bit of luck. You need a bit of fortune. You need a bit of belief and quality, of course. But yeah, it's so not easy to win that competition. That's the problem. But sometimes you just never know. Like we said, there's been teams in the past who've won it before previously who you're like, wow, how did they win it? Like when Liverpool were 3-0 down against AC Milan in the final, or Chelsea that year when they had a run with Di Matteo when they were just kind of pretty bang average. They were really great defensively. They just absolutely defended like lions. Where remember, that season John Terry got sent off in the semi-final for going up behind somebody and kicking them, and then got sent off, and then they managed to hold on, and then Ramirez scored that chip, and then Torres scored that fucking thing at the end. at the other end, or I can't quite remember what happened now, it's a while ago, but you know what I'm saying. Like, there's been teams that have managed to win it without ever actually looking that extraordinary. So there is no exact science. There's no exact science to it. And there's teams that have won it with a fresh manager as well. J Pie, mate. Get in, JS Pie, lad. Come on, let's go. He's become a member of the Bacon and Egg Brigade. He's only gone and upgraded his membership. Thank you so much there, JS Pie, for the extra added support. You Don. Hey, JS Pie, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Let's get a cheeky little Sue emoji in there, or your favourite channel member emoji, all the channel members. Welcome, Mr. JS Pie, to the Bacon and Egg Brigade. Thank you, JS Pie, lad. Appreciate you. What a man. Thank you, Jay. Batman says Liverpool won 6 times, if that's hard. Yeah, okay, Batman Night fan, fair enough. I mean, that is the one thing that they got better than us, Batman Night fan, is the fact that they've won more European Cups. It is hard to do, mate, definitely. Yeah, that's a good achievement by Liverpool. There you go, can't deny it. Arctic United says, who knows what Maguire can do with Ralf? Maybe he will teach tactics. Well, to be fair, Sir Alex Ferguson always said he should have won more Champions League trophies at United. He said he always should have done that. You know, he said 2, should have had more than 2, to be fair. You know, so it's like that's the one part of his career, I guess, if you can say it's a failure, which it absolutely isn't a failure to win 2 Champions Leagues. But you know what I mean? Like, if there's one thing he would have liked, he should have maybe won 1 more, I think. You know? Fergie's son says, you can't know ball and be saying a 36-year-old can fit into heavy metal ball, son. What do you mean? I think so. It depends on the 36-year-old here, Fergie's son. I know you're talking about stylistically this heavy metal football, smash bang volley, etc. Crash smash bang volley, and you're talking about that German style of gegenpressing football and saying that Ronaldo might not be that great at it. But hey, Ronaldo's a fit lad. He can run his socks off. He can work. Maybe he's not the ideal candidate for it, but guess what? We've got Edinson Cavani there too. He's 35, but nobody's doubting his credentials for that pressing gegenpress system because he would be great at it. It's just fitness-wise, whether or not these guys can do it for the whole game. They can't. Well, that's why we've got 2 of them. Let's have them running around. Let's have them deputising for each other. Let's have them backing each other up. Sounds perfect for me. You know, I don't see why Ronaldo couldn't play in this system. He's Ronaldo, for fuck's sake. Simon Carey says, Pig, I supported Ollie all the way. I was disappointed he was sacked, but as a true Red since 86, I support the club and manager and squad, win, lose or draw. There you go, Simon Carey. That's what it's about, lad. You're a spot on top Red, I agree. You know, that's it. As sad as it is sometimes when manager goes, or as sad as it is sometimes when there's a manager in charge that you just don't want and you can't get behind it. You still love the team. You still support the club. So I agree with that, Simon Carey. Thank you very much, mate. Niladri Sekar Dutta says this is the first big club for him. It's an honour to get him as coach. Yeah, well, Niladri, I guess you're right. You are right. If you look at his career, you know, Hoffenheim and Schalke and RB Leipzig and all the rest of it. Yeah, this is definitely the biggest club. You're right. It's a step up. Hopefully he's going to be good for this big club. It's not always a bad thing having a manager come in from another league who's not got that experience, who's stepping up to a big club. Look at Jurgen Klopp. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp was more on the tips of the tongue of most people at the time because he was doing really well with Dortmund, but still losing finals and things like that. But you know, he obviously came in and did really well as well. He didn't have that Premier League experience, and he also didn't have the massive trophies either. So listen, that's right, Gunchy says heavy metal blitzkrieg football, crash bang smash wallop. Portugal v Italy, fair play to you. Sir Alex Ferguson won it twice and made 4 finals in 5 years. Yes, absolutely, that's right. So he won it twice. Yeah, he won it in 99 and 2008. But then he also lost those 2 finals to Barcelona, didn't he? So yeah, you're right. Yeah, very great achievements. But again, if anything, he could have probably won. I think Fergie should have got 3. Will they play a lineup set by Rangnick? Don't think so, Gino. I think Carrick's well and truly in charge of this one until then. Possibly, though. Actually, it's a good point. Possibly he might have some influence, but I doubt it. I mean, he's supposed to be studying training videos and stuff at this moment in time, just familiarising himself with what's been done and maybe some of the body language, some of the effort levels of some of the players so he can go in there and lay the smack down. So he's doing that at this moment in time. So maybe he will be on the blower to Michael Carrick saying, this is what I want you to do. But actually, I just think Carrick's in charge for this game and that's that. And then he'll come in fresh afterwards and start. I very much doubt it will influence the game from Russia. We got Don Brocco, ultrasonic mode starting soon. Come on, AR, man. You want Du Hast blasting out against Arsenal? Du Hast mich. Get in there, my son. We got Rangnick. This is the one can go in the bin for now. We all know Ronaldo will play 90 minutes most games. Don't be joking, says Reggie. I don't know at his age, 90 minutes. I'm not so sure if he will. I think, 60, 65, 70 minutes, Ronaldo's going to be pretty much more or less done these days. Unless we need him on the pitch to win a last-minute winner. But I think, fair enough. I hear what you're saying. So is Carrick still coach on Sunday? What happens, says Jen Lol? Yes, he is. He's going to be in charge. So basically, Rangnick is going to oversee things after the weekend. The contracts are exchanged at the weekend. They're signing the documents. He will be into Manchester after the weekend. So Monday, Tuesday, he should be in here to start his job. But until then, Michael Carrick, it's going to be the same. Carrick, McKenna, Phelan in there overseeing things for the game against Chelsea. So I'm not feeling too confident about it. Hopefully, Carrick can do us proud and snatch a draw, or maybe even go and upset them with a crazy win. I doubt it, but hey, let's hope so. A draw would be big. I'll take a draw all day in that game. So considering Carrick's at the wheel, considering the team has been so bad, Chelsea are so good this season, we're away at Stamford Bridge, all those variables, take a draw all day. Because that means that they don't get any further ahead of us in the title challenge. They'd still be 12 ahead of us. Whereas if we lose, obviously, Rangnick's coming in with a 15-point deficit to try and catch up. So I think that we just need to not lose that game against Chelsea. But yeah, Chelsea is going to be overseen by Michael Carrick. Were the World Cup playoffs rigged, says Rigachu? Wouldn't surprise me, mate. Some corruption going on hard up at FIFA, mate. Up at FIFA headquarters, lad. Pat says it'd be good to have a manager with some tactics. Well, that's what this guy is. He's a master tactician. That is what he's known for. So, if you're looking for a tactician, this is what this guy is. He's literally the godfather of the gegenpress style of play. We need to play a gegenpress style of play. He got the job at a technicality of a legend who recommended you. Anyway, 182 likes. Hey, we're nearly at 200, guys. We can do it, actually. Do us a massive favour if you're just joining us. Give us a cheeky Bacon Brigade like spike. We can actually get to 200 right here in one fell swoop. Let's be having you. Let's do it. Smash the thumbs up if you haven't done. Hit the like and let's go. Must-stay for the win, says Rangnick. Ronaldo won't be in the World Cup, says Naz78. What's that? You joking me? What's happened? What have I missed? Oh shit, wait, what have I missed? What's this? Give us a full Andy Tate Gegenpress run. He got the job at a technicality of a legend who recommended you. Gegenpress is great football. It's... I can't improvise like that. How to draw lots, Italy and Portugal in the same group. There must be a team missed next year's World Cup. Man, De Gea tweeted 30/11/2021 loading status looks like RR will arrive on Tuesday. Hey, get in there, Arctic United. Yet Tuesday looks good for Ralf Rangnick. I agree. Nothing. Portugal got matched with Italy. They're dead, says Musty for the win. Oh, I see. So it's just literally there. Oh, here we go. Is the draw. The full draw for the full semi-final. Just a reminder of the first full playoff draw with the semi-finals and final being played days apart in March 2022. Scotland v Ukraine, Wales v Austria, Russia v Poland, Sweden v Czech Republic, Portugal v Turkey, Italy v Macedonia. Final draw there, Russia v Poland v Sweden v or Czech Republic. So, and then Italy, Portugal or Turkey versus Italy or North Macedonia. So yeah, they're on that side of it. So it's going to be Portugal versus Italy if they get past Turkey and Italy get past North Macedonia. I see. Ooh, 3 winners will reach the Qatar 22 World Cup. Ooh, yeah, that's not looking good, is it? Well, people are saying Portugal are out. That's silly. Ronaldo's the Don. Don't discount Ronaldo. I tell you, don't discount Ronaldo and Portugal ever, even against Italy. I expect Italy to batter them, but still. Anyway, Get Beam says Ten Hag. Yes, get in there, Get Beam. Hey, Sir Paul Scholes is in here, one of the channel member legends. We smashed 200 likes. Thank you, Rushmilo. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you all for hitting the like. Sir Paul Scholes says, apparently Rangnick don't like slow players and passing backwards. So that's bye-bye Maguire. Absolutely, yes, he does like the pacey players. In regards to who he likes to sign, it's known he likes to sign players who are fast and who are under 23. So he likes a good, fast, young player to come in, bet in for the future and just be pacey as fuck. So yes, I think we should see a new intensity to the way we're going about it. So Simru are playing Austria in the semi, says Social99. Yes, indeed, sir, I believe. Oh, hang on, we got some more information coming here. So the agreement, this is Simon Stone from the BBC. It's been reported all day, to be fair, and we've reported it, but Simon Stone now reporting it, saying the agreement is now in place between United and Lokomotiv Moscow. For Ralf Rangnick, the deal is not yet complete, but is getting there. So, in terms of the signing of the contract and the deal, Romano and everybody reporting that it's agreed. It's just a case of exchanging the contracts at the weekend. So once that's done, obviously Rangnick will be in here after the weekend to start his job as United manager. So Michael Carrick, this is interesting as well. So, I mean, this is just from the Mirror. I personally disagree with this because the Mirror is also bollocks. But the Mirror, thank you, Rushy, for the update. So the Mirror are reporting that Carrick is set to be charging United against Arsenal on Thursday, with Rangnick's first game likely to be against Palace on Sunday. Disagree with that. That's bollocks. I personally think he'll come in Monday or Tuesday and he'll oversee things for the Arsenal game. Who knows though? Maybe the time frames with the work permits and things like that might take a bit longer. But he should be here. We don't know yet. We'll give you confirmation as and when we know. The club's going to probably announce something official after the weekend anyway. So I'd expect him to be in charge for the Arsenal game though myself. So yeah, Portugal have been drawn in the same group for the 2022 playoffs as Italy. So, which means one of them will not play at the World Cup next year. So that is really, really quite bad, isn't it? Portugal and Italy are in the same group, which means one of them will not play at the World Cup next year, which means Cristiano Ronaldo could have played in his last World Cup. That would be horrible. I really want to see Cristiano at the World Cup, man. I really want Italy to get knocked out now. Come on, Portugal. Let's go. And Bruno Fernandes as well. I think Portugal have got a really good team, though. People are suggesting that Italy will smash them up, and I think that's fair. Look at how they looked in the Euros. They were good and everything, and they are a good team. But I do think that you can't rule out Portugal in a one-off game with Cristiano and Bruno and these guys. So there you go. But that is a tough one, eh? That's a tough one for Portugal, man, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Ooh. Okay. Right, guys, I'm just going to stick around for a couple more minutes. I've just seen the time. It's nearly 5 o'clock. Seems like a reasonable good time to end then. Smash us a like on the vid. Hit the subscribe if you're new as well. If you're new to the channel, we're on here every single day giving you the latest United news. We'll be on later tonight as well, giving you the latest breaking stuff if there is anything else that comes out in regards to United. And the evening's rundown of all the latest Manchester United goings on. That'll be about 9 p.m-ish. So make sure you tune in just around about then for the evening show as well, peeps. You can click the little bell icon. There's a little bell on YouTube which gives you a notification when we post live. Smash it like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells! And we'll see you later for the evening show. We'll also do a FIFA stream tonight. We'll have the Foot Champs Accioni on the go from about 11:30ish or somewhere around there. So please do tune in for that also. Yeah, Simon Stone's always behind the curve, says Rushmano. To be fair, though, to the BBC, what I will say is about them usually is they usually don't report the stuff until they absolutely know that it's 100% legit, which I respect personally, So that is, you can always, well, 99 times out of 100, rely on what's on the BBC site, in my opinion. So I say fair play to him. Anyway, yes, absolutely. Get in there, Simon Cowan. Leon Moss, do you think if they sacked Ollie earlier, we could have been in a better place? I think so in hindsight, yeah. They should have sacked him before the international break at the start of it, really. In hindsight, hindsight's an easy thing, but they should have done. FIFA tonight, Genlol, definitely. Italy have been looking poor. They drew against Ireland. Northern Ireland, says Just the G. Well, there you go then. Leon, no players still inconsistent. Arctic says, with those wild pig and Bruno emojis in there, so much content on FIFA today. Yeah, indeed, Genlo, I know. With that Black Friday stuff going on, I know. Yeah, well, I've got to cover the United stuff primarily, really. Did you qualify, Pig? Yes, indeed, must they for the win. Simon Cowie, that's a great draw for Scotland at Hampden Park. Come on, Scotland, get in there, Simon Cowie. Aye, they're going to get the job done and celebrate by having a cheeky little deep-fried battered Mars bar. What should it do with a cheeky little iron brew, sunshine? Yes, I am Fergie's son. Yes, I am. Everyone else as well. You lost your slab head emoji. Oh no, Rushmano, gutted. We'll have to get one back, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate you having your say. It doesn't end there. You can come back after this video is finished and get involved in the not live comment section afterwards with all the legends and keep the debate going. Also, make sure you follow us up on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Flying Pig United. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com, as well for your latest news and Man United updates. Do check that out. You are late, Mr. Garrett and Mr. Leo G. Wiggy, goodbye, everyone. No, sorry, Mr. Garrett, you're late. Yeah, Mr. Leo G, and goodbye, Wiggy, and Social 99, Rushmana, everyone. That's going to be it from me. Rangnick is the new manager. It's done. It's agreed. It's just they've got to exchange the paperwork, sign the contracts at the weekend, and then he will be taken over from Michael Carrick shortly after that. That's the latest news, everyone. Keep a lookout. This evening's show, we'll be back about 9:15 p.m, round about there. Come back, speak to you then. Take it easy. Have a good evening. And come on, United, let's be having you. Rah, 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 Ralf Rangnick. Hang on, I fucked it up. Rah, 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 Ralf Rangnick. Rah, 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 Ralphie Rangnick. I want your, hang on, I've got to come up with a good chant here. I want your attack and I want your defense. MUFC, Ralphie is a bad romance. No, I fucked it. I'm going to work on a chant. That's what I'm going to do, based on Lady Gaga's song. You know, we're freestyling here, please. I'll see you in a bit. Take it easy. This is the big. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines would be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. So